Welcome to Michigan Medicine HomeMed Infusion Pharmacy. This video is a tutorial for using a gravity bag to infuse your tube feeding formula. For gravity feeding administration, you will need a gravity bag, an IV pole, formula, a 60 milliliter syringe, and room temperature water. After you have gathered your supplies, wash your hands. Ensure that you are sitting upright. If lying in bed, ensure that your head is elevated to at least 30 degrees. Remain elevated during the feeding and 30 to 60 minutes after the feeding. Start with a new feeding set. Close the roller clamp on the tubing by rolling the red wheel all the way down. Shake your formula container to ensure proper consistency. Pour the formula into the bag, secure the lid, and hang the bag at least 12 inches above the patient's head. We will need to get all the air out of the line before attaching the feeding set to the feeding tube. This is called priming. To start the priming process, remove the plastic cap on the end of the tubing. Fill up the drip chamber to the fill line. To do this, you will squeeze the drip chamber and release. When there is sufficient formula in the drip chamber, unclamp the line by rolling the roller clamp up and allowing formula to flow through the line. When there are drips coming out of the end of the line, this indicates that there is no more air in the line and it is primed. Clamp the line once again. Flush the feeding tube with the amount of water recommended by your clinician before beginning the feeding. Hook the feeding set up to the feeding tube. Roll the roller clamp up to open the line. Once the formula is flowing, you can adjust the feeding rate by gradually opening or closing the line with the roller clamp. You can also adjust the height of the bag to adjust the rate. The higher the bag is hanging, the quicker the formula will infuse. When the feeding is complete, disconnect the feeding set and flush your tube with water again. Rinse the feeding set with warm water. Allow the water to flow through the tubing into a sink. Place the bag in a container and store it in the refrigerator between uses until it is time to use a new feeding set. If at any time you have any questions or concerns regarding your gravity feeding supplies or your home tube feeding, please contact HomeMed or your home care company.